Yes, I can. What about you?
I'm okay. I can hear you loud and clear. How are you today?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm really good. Thank you for asking. And how was your day so far? What did you do today?
I'm good, and I already finished 2 out of 8 subjects of the Entering 2 test.
And how was it?
I think it's really good. I only complete one of them. It's chemistry, chemistry and physics too. So after this, I think that I never have to study that again, because that I have like science on 3 days straight. That is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But next week I will have 3 subjects that all tested at that day. And if you didn't know, in my school, all the students will have tests in math, literature, and English together.
Again?
Yeah, again.
So what?
Together. And in that day, all schools don't work. We just go there, do the test, and go home. We don't study in that day. And do you know that 3 days also the same as 3 days we have chemistry. So we don't have chemistry for next week. But the week that is the next week, 2 weeks later. Do you know what the 13th of April in Vietnam is?
13 May.
April. Do you know what's 13th? No, that's the day where the South was completely independent in Vietnam and the war has officially ended in Vietnam. So we rest in that day. We rest in that day. And the 1st of May, is the May Day.
Okay.
And so we don't have chemistry again for another week, which means that that I can study very cool without chemistry and physics, because for the next 8 classes I don't have. And I think there's some good news and bad news about tests. So which one do you want me to hear first? Which one?
Okay, bad news about tests.
Bad news is, do you know that next week, each day I will have 1 test of subject.
Okay, and what is bad about this?
Because I have to study a lot. Because when I go home, I can't rest. But do you know what the good news is?
What is the good news?
After that week, that tortured week, I can rest freely. I complete all 8 subjects. I complete all 8 subjects. Wait, actually no. Music is on the week that after that. But that's quite easy since I remembered all the songs. So, do you know that I will tell you exactly 11:30? Yeah, 11:30 a.m. 1st of May. No, not first week. Next week that we have a test. Next week that is May Day, so 8th. Did you know that 8th of May I will finish?
On 8th May, you will finish everything.
Yeah, 8th May. And then I studied for 12 more days before I have summer holiday. So the summer holiday is 20th of May. Start.
And when do you finish your summer holiday? When is finished summer holiday?
So it lasts for about 2 months, but you know the next week's grade 9. Next is grade 9, and which means that it will be very bad. So I will that I will study back, not at school, at some centers that teaches after school, that it will start as the middle of June. So I only have about 2 weeks, but it's still very fun. And do you know that my parents have I don't know what adjective to describe this plan. Maybe ridiculous or something. Do you have an idea?
No, what?
You know that I would, for about 6 weeks, I would travel 240 kilometers per week. Do you know what I mean?
No. How?
I would travel back and forth every week
Why?
to my grandparents' house and go home.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that distance is 120 kilometers? So I have to travel 240 kilometers per week on a bus, just a bus. And you know, bus had lots of kind of people. One that very behavior, I appreciate that. But one that's very disbehavior, that they make noise, the babies shout, and you know that if I remember all that I will be tortured every week. Yeah, I try to explain that it's not fun, but no, my parents just have this master plan, and like I have to travel total of 1,440 kilometers, like that.
Yes, but okay.
So I would travel back and forth, and do you know what's the reason?
What is
I have to go to school on not the regular school. That is some centers that I studied. So I have to come back home at I think that maybe Sunday morning, and then I will like stay at home until the at the end of at the end of Thursday, and then Wednesday I go back, and that cycle repeats until 6 weeks gone.
Wow. But I'm just asking. But I'm just asking. Isn't easier, for example, to stay there?
No.
Okay, every week to
all
go.
the classes is offline. If it's online, I can bring my computer, but that's offline. So I have to my parents have a genius plan, so I can visit my grandparents as much as possible. But I'm not saying it's probably a good idea.
No. For example, if I understood you correctly, you will be with your grandparents. Is that right?
Yes.
And
but this house is not finished.
Because of this, because the house is not finished. This is the reason. Why are you going to travel? Is that right?
No. I will ask I will ask my mother after this class, because I have no idea.
Okay. Wow.
Very ridiculous, right? I can't believe that my parents have that like ridiculous plan. I don't know what motivation that my parents can think of, because you know that traveling by car can create sick. You can't use phones in cars because that make you feel sick. Because that your ears can notice if the car is moved, and if the car is moved, once you're using your phones, and your brain will control your body to be sick, to make you stop using phones.
Okay,
so but you can talk.
But what do you think about this idea? Okay, so you can travel, but okay, and I understand that it's noisy, and I understand that, for example, there are a lot of people there, etc. So what do you think about, for example, that you can put your earphones and you can listen to the music. You don't need to use your phone to watch at your phone. Just put some music on a playlist and easy music, and let's say to sleep during this. What do you think about this?
But I think that my parents often wake me very early up, and I also go on Sunday, and you know that it's Sunday that I can't sleep. So I couldn't sleep, and you know that it's very bad, because while I'm trying to sleep, what's inside? Do you know that in the bus, not everyone sleep.
Yes, of course, but
phones, they play games, and that creates a lot of sound. And also, do you know that what's the car sound engine? and the other cars outside.
Of course.
What do you think?
But that is the reason you put your earphones, for example, like this. You put your earphones, you do like this, and
Yeah.
listen to music. And you don't. If you have a good earphones, you cannot. You can't hear anyone else.
Block all of the noises block all of the noises, right?
Yes, block the noise, and you listen to the
Wait.
music. You are
I
not
know
watching
this. I know
watching
this
the phone.
Yes. Watching. Okay, that's a good idea. I will try, but it's have another problem.
What?
Bus, you can't lay down in the bed. It's not that bad. Was in my father's car, I can I can lay down. Although it's not very comfortable, it's the best way that I can sleep. So I don't mind when going in my father's car to countryside because it will be very easy and just sleep. But even though that you use headphones and I take up some chill music, that can cause is that I can't lay down. I can't lay down like an usual bed. So it's very bad. It's very bad because that my parents just like economy. So they don't take more money, so I can stay in a bed bus. There's something called a bed bus where bus that have beds, so you can travel overnight, like train.
Or like train. Oh.
Yeah, train have beds, so they can travel overnight. But bus don't. Bus don't.
But try to listen easy music. Okay, something that is easy, that you relax your brain. You will not hear everyone outside.
Yes.
Okay, so you will not have a background noise. If you have a good earphones, put your music, lay down like this. Okay, I want to show like this. You can lay. You're in a bus and you can lay.
You know that the chair in the bus can't lay down. Can't lay down. It will stay 90 degrees.
Yes, 90 degrees, but
it stay pinned 90 degrees, so you can't lay down. And if you lay down, you will like fall off the chair.
But you can.
Yeah, the chair I'm like using right now is very comfortable. So if the chair in the bus is the same as this, I don't mind. But you know that the chair in the bus is usually bad, so I couldn't. Like you know, there is some bad news I want to say.
Okay, okay, I can suggest you something. Okay, so this is 90 degrees. Imagine this is 90 degrees. You can bring your pillow, put like this, listen to music, and travel. Put your pillow back. No?
My shoulder have to stay. My shoulder have to stay, so I can't lay down. So I will open my camera so you can see that. Wait, you can see that when I'm like this, that I have to like this. I have to like this, right? But in my chairs that I can like this. You can see the difference is insane. So if like this, I can use my pillow and put it here. So it's very comfortable. But in the bus, I have to stay pin like this. And you know, if I like this, I can't sleep. This is the bus in Vietnam look like. Maybe that you are trying to describe your bus. So it's maybe a little bit of difference.
Okay, but what is the difference? What is the difference? Why you don't travel by train?
Train? There's no train. Do you know that there's no train station in my countryside? The nearest, probably 40 kilometers away.
Okay, but from Hanoi to the nearest train station?
Hanoi train station is so far away. Do you know that the distance, if we combine the distance in my house to the Hanoi train station, and we combine them with the distance between my grandparents' home to the nearest train station, it would be 60 kilometers. kilometers. And I have to travel another 80 by train. And you know, train grow incredibly slow. It only travels for roughly 20 miles per hour. It's so slow in Vietnam. So nobody's trying. And do you know that if you can travel overnight by plane, and you will be exist in Sydney, about 9,000 kilometers. But in about 10 hours, you know that the train cannot travel even a quarter of Vietnam. So it can travel less than 500 kilometers in about 10 hours. Do you know that it's just a little bit faster than Usain Bolt?
That reminds me. I want to show you something. You will see, you will laugh. Okay, that was, we were in a similar situation when we used to travel. I will show you one picture. Now it's funny, but back then it's not so funny. Because we used to travel, my best friend and I, we used to travel, we go to the one lake, to the nearest country that we used to go, and we used to travel to this place. This is North Macedonia. We used to travel to this, let's say, to this part of the country, and to this country, and this. Okay, and this is conductor, and okay, I want to show you something. Okay, the train goes so slowly. Imagine that we travel 700 kilometers for 20 hours by train.
Yeah.
So okay, and this is conductor from this train. I want to show you. So you will see the picture of him. So this is conductor. He stepped inside in our this like coupe, and he was smelling, so bad. He was like, that was a really bad smell.
Yes.
And we used to travel with him for 16 hours. Imagine this.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can see that you've been tortured for that long. And I think that you can't even sleep because the noises, the smell is disgusting, right?
The smell is disgusting. And look,
so it's
I
only
want to show you.
Unless you go on business class. Yeah, unless you go on business class, you can sometimes meet the people like this.
Look at our eyes. Those are my best friend and me. Look at our eyes. Our eyes are swollen.
Wait, what are you? The right or the left?
Left.
Okay, right. It's very different.
Okay, look at our eyes. We are swollen. Our eyes, we didn't sleep for 20 hours. Look at our eyes.
Wait, but why can the right guy smile? What's both of you can't sleep for about a day?
Yes.
Why I don't know why do the right guy that can't even be smile. Was both of you can't sleep for 20 hours?
He couldn't sleep for 20 hours because this man that I showed you the picture, he was snoring.
Oh,
okay.
I hear
smelling.
That for fitness, they go like crazy, but you have to hear that for 20 hours?
Yes, he was smelling really bad. That was disgusting. Okay, so it was so disgusting that we couldn't do anything. Okay,
yes,
in the beginning,
complain, right? We can't complain.
Yes, we couldn't complain on anything. Okay, because that was really bad. And I was saying to him like, okay, this is the last time that I travel. Okay, now in my country now trains are much faster now, of course, but we used to be in this train for 20 hours, and we were so sleepy, we couldn't sleep in an appropriate way, and the train was very dirty. Okay, I will show you one picture. Do you want to see it?
Yeah. I think that all the pain you went through, and since that, it will be like a very big lesson for you.
Yes, and look at the train.
Oh
Okay.
my God. I see that, and you know the train in Vietnam is much better than this. I can't complain anything
Yes.
about Vietnam's train. Yes.
And
Yeah.
okay, and
All
this
the pain you went through is insane. And did you know? I see that the two luggage is very heavy, right?
Yes. Okay.
I
So
assume that one day we were broken. I assume
uh,
that.
and when we arrived to hotel, I used to sleep for I don't know, for let's say for
You have to take back to sleep.
16 hours. I slept
You sleep
16
for
hours.
16 hours straight?
Yes,
Yes,
straight.
I see that you'll be very tired. So that amount of time is definitely shows that all the pain you have to went through from the interiors to the automobile inside. So since then, you will never travel by train again, right?
Yes, and now okay, so that is the false, because now, for example, now we are traveling, for example, for let's say in this distance that we need to 700 kilometers, we will travel, let's say, for 36 let me see, around 3 or 4 hours, maybe more or less.
I think that if I were you, I think that I can. I think that I will be starved to death rather than sitting in this train. Yes.
That was like 14 years ago. 14 years ago. That was in 2010 when we used to travel.
So the train. Wait. Why don't you go to by taxi or plane instead?
Because the plane was so expensive in this period of time. Because the train was like back and forth to go there and come back around $50, but the airplane ticket was $300.
Oh my God! So $300 is literally 7% of my monthly salary. And
Yeah.
what about the taxi? Even though it's a little bit of far away, that we probably I think it's really faster. I think it only took about like 12 hours instead of 20, and it's much more comfortable because they're just two of you. So two of you stay in a taxi, fine. I think that you can sleep for about 70% of time. And after that, you can just talk or you use the phone. And I have a trick to use the phone without sick. That is, you lay down. So you will trick the ears to not think that you're moving. Because if you let the ears that is close to the window, it can detect if the car is moved very easy. But if you lay down and you make the ears that it's facing into the top of the cars, you won't feel any sick, or if a little bit sick, depends on the pupil. So two of you, one in the front seat and one in the back. What about that?
Yes, but it will cost a lot of money. Not $300. If we go like this that you mentioned, if we go by taxi, it will be much more than $300. It will be $700 or $800 per one person.
Oh wait, yes. And do you know that before that you go into this train, did you know that you will be on this situation? You know before that we have to face all of these. If you want to get, if we poor, we have to take this train. And do you know that, did you know before all the pain you have to went through?
Yes.
You know it, but you still attempt it, right?
Yes, but this is something. Okay, imagine we used to be. I was 27 years old back then. I was 27 years old, and I used to have, let's say, I didn't have a good income, so I didn't have a lot of money. So this is for us was a cheap trip.
Wait, how much does it cost to travel this train? How much does it cost to travel this train?
How much? $50 to go back and to go in both directions for $50.
6 times more cheap, but
Yeah.
10 times more tortured. So do you think it's worth it?
Of course, because we used to have a lot of fun. Okay,
Yes,
so
but fun like this, no one wants.
you need to save every cent, every let's say every to save money. Now it's okay. Now it's
Wait,
yes.
I know that there's a mystery in photo tree.
Mhm.
Who take this photograph?
Who
You
take
are
this?
on another. You wait.
I,
This is a
I
photo here.
I
Who
took
take this
a
photo?
I took a photo, and this is the photo in a mirror, but camera was a little bit down.
So you're facing a camera into the mirror, and it reflects back. So you have this photo.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes. And I think that behind you is like wait. Oh yes, this is very pain. And if I was you, I think that I would set the train driver to shut me down because I can't believe. Do you know that I have another story that's similar to this but with planes. Do you want to hear?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so from my trip of 25th of May to Australia, where I studied, of course, it's just economy class, and I didn't know it will be that bad. Except you. You already know, and you risk all of your pain to go to this. But I see that it will be very easy. But no, I will tell you all the pain you have to went through.
Mm-hmm.
So first, do you know that flight attendants service food as 1 a.m.? Yes, literally 1 a.m. You think when you're sleeping, and some people try to wake you up for eat. Most I don't have any mind to eat. That is the first pain, and that's the time I have first time that I've been woken up. Next up as 2:30 a.m. As 2:30 p.m. and do you know that 3 babies cry at the same time? And I don't bring my headphones because I didn't think it would be this bad. But they can't do. I literally can't do anything because I'm in economy class. Even in the business class, I won't complain because it's been flattening out like that. But in economy class, it's only like being flattened down for about 3 to 5 degrees. And do you know that the third pain, I only sleep for 3 hours and my phones, it don't have internet. At first, it don't have internet, it don't have games. So, do you know that to kill sometimes I have to watch for the Zala about old message, so I can kill some time. But that after I watch all of them, only 30 minutes has passed. And the fourth pain, sitting for that long causes my leg to hurt for the next 2 days. For the next 2 days, just like I am disabled. And the fifth pain, do you know I'm the last person to leave? I have to sit for more. That is 5 pains that I went through when flying with economy class for 9 hours.
Okay. And you travel 240 kilometers in one direction, or 120 kilometers?
No, I'm going to Sydney.
To Sydney. Yeah. Sorry. About the plane. Okay, but how much time do you need, for example, from your country to Australia? How much time do you need?
Probably about 8 hours.
8 hours.
If I mentioned it will be from 11:40 p.m. in Vietnam time to 12:30 in Sydney time. So that's actually about 12 hours because of the GMT changes. So it's about 8.5 hours. Depending on the weather, of course. And do you know that if the plane, I will tell you a fun fact that if I will tell you a fun fact about this. Do you know that if the planes go in a south, what's the plane? What if a plane going in the south, it will travel 1.5 times faster than the train going on the opposite way? Do you know why?
Why?
Because of the wind, super strong wind that is from the north to the south.
Mm-hmm.
So if the plane is going to the south direction, they will travel 1.5 times faster, like that.
Mm-hmm. I just want to tell you something more that is interesting. Okay, from my country to Greece, Greece. You heard about Greece, country Greece. You heard about this country. So we used to travel. My wife, okay, back then she was my girlfriend. Back then we used to travel. For example, from my city, we are in the north part of the country. We used to travel from this city to the Greece for 12 hours by bus. Okay, for her, it's not a problem. She's short. Okay, she's short, thin, and she can like do like this and sleep. Okay, but what is the problem with me? Seats in the bus. Okay, so can you imagine? Okay, my height is like this. Okay, I'm like this tall. So I need to sit on a bus, and I cannot put my legs okay on. So basically I'm stuck for 12
Oh,
hours. I'm stuck.
yes.
I
Not
cannot move.
too short is bad, but too high is also bad.
Also very bad. Also very bad. And back then I used to tell, okay, imagine this. Okay, so you need to travel. Okay, so this. As a matter of fact, we scheduled our summer vacation in June, July. So from 26th June to until 6th July, we will go on a summer vacation to the seaside in the same country that we used to travel before. So that is Greece. The country is named Greece. Okay, so we will travel to Greece. And imagine this, if you go by bus, you need 12 to 14 hours to go by bus. But if you go by airplane, you will need 80 minutes,
Wow.
1 hour and 20 minutes. So basically, when you enter the airplane, we will travel with airplane, definitely. We will not travel by bus because we have a little rascal. We have a little son. Okay, so we will travel only with him. Okay, and we will travel like I mentioned to you. We will travel by airplane. Okay, for him it's not convenient. For him it's not convenient to have more more let's say more to travel more than 2 hours because he's a young boy. He cannot understand that he needs to sit still and everything else. So it will be for him. It will be okay. 1 hour 20 minutes. Okay, he will sit. But if he goes, for example, for 3 or 4 hours, that is the problem because children they want to go to walk on the airplane or something like this. So that is the problem for them. Okay, can I just one more thing? Can I go to the toilet because I need to get because before of this class I used to have a class with your brother. Can I go to the toilet, please? I
Okay,
will come.
okay.
I will come back in 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry, sorry. I need to go to the toilet because I used to have before your brother. I used to have one more class with VIP. That means that I was sitting for 2 hours without any breaks. And okay, and I need to go to the toilet, definitely. Okay, and usually I don't take any breaks when I have classes with you because the topics are always very interesting. And yeah, and can you please tell me something? Okay, how much time do you need, for example, when you travel from Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City? And how do you travel? Do you travel by bus? Do you travel by train, with airplane? How do you travel when you go to these places?
So of course planes, because there's no way we can travel for that long without a plane.
Mm. And what is the distance between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City?
Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City is about 1,135 kilometers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And for example, if you go by car, okay, did someone go by car, for example?
Go by car,
Mm-hmm.
it roughly takes 2 days.
2 days. Wow.
Yes. That's when I'm already capped the time with rest.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, very nice. And can you please tell me something? I just want to know more about this situation. I want to tell you something that is really interesting. Okay, so this is one of my friend. He is driving a motorbike, but not motorbike that you are using, for example, in your country in city conditions. He's using motorbikes in extreme conditions. That means, for example, that he's using motorbikes when he wants to travel from one place to another place. Okay, and he usually goes to travel from he used to travel from Serbia to Mongolia with motorbike. Can you imagine this?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, so what he was doing? He needs to do a service on this motorbike, that everything is in order. He used to travel from Novi Sad to Ulaanbaatar. Ulaanbaatar is the capital city of Mongolia. I don't know for how many hours, but he was traveling there. And he posted videos and everything else about on social media. It was really fun to watch because and I don't have any guts to do something like this. So imagine that you are going from Ulaanbaatar to Mongolia to go with and to go by bike. That is
Right?
by bike, motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is something. And when he goes back, he was saying to me, okay, he's having a family, and he was saying something to me that that he hopes that he will return and everything else. And he used to have some problems because areas when he travel are not so good because you have a lot of mountains, rocks, and everything else. And he was traveling really fast, but he needs a lot of days to when he wants to travel there. So he was like doing some crazy things. Yeah. Okay, and he was so good in this job what he was doing, and I was so happy to when I saw him when he come back to his home. And I want to ask you about something about okay, how much is from your city, from Hanoi to Da Nang? What is the distance between Hanoi and Da Nang?
So the distance is roughly let's see, roughly 770 kilometers.
Okay, so how much time do you need? One day, maybe a little bit
Uh,
more.
12 hours and 45 minutes with cars, and about 168 hours by walking, and about 1.5 hours by planes.
Okay, so it's not so long, because right now my best friend, he's not this in this picture. I have two best friends. Another one, he's in Da Nang right now. He's in Da Nang, and I showed you the money, Vietnamese money, if you remember.
Yes.
Okay, so he brings me the Vietnamese money, and he showed me, and right now he's in Da Nang, and he's happy in Da Nang. Okay, he used to tell me one thing, because right now in my country it's very cold. It's around zero. The temperature is around zero, 0 to 5 degrees. So he told me that he will stay for 1 more month in Vietnam, and he will come back to Serbia in 1 month. And he mentioned that he wants to burn all the winter clothes. He don't want to have winter clothes. because he doesn't like cold weather. Okay, and I know that Hanoi is in north part of the country. I'm familiar with this. What is the climate right now in your country? Okay, can you please tell me what is the climate, for example? What is the temperature right now in your country?
The temperature right now. Wait, I will. Okay, so the temperature now is 32 degrees, 20% chance of rainings, 89% of humidity, and 14 kilometers is the speed of wind.
Okay, so what is your opinion about this type of the temperature? Can you please tell me what do you think about this type of the temperature? Okay, is this
it's normal.
Is it suitable for you? Do you like this type of the temperature?
I think that it's good.
Okay, and why do you think so?
Because it's very good, but I think that I won't care about that because I don't go to school in the afternoon today.
Okay, and what is the temperature that you don't like it?
Like a storm.
Okay, and why?
Because that I think that the reason is because it will be very uncomfortable, and sometimes it can cause some bad consequences.
Okay, very nice. Now, and what other type of the climates, for example, are suitable for you? Okay, so are there any other type of the climates that are suitable for you?
Suitable, I think that like cloudy, sunny, or windy.
Okay, and why?
These are very good for outside activities.
Okay, and what other type of activities, for example, are suitable for you? Okay, for your family, for example, what type of the climate your brother likes?
I don't know.
Okay, so did you ever spoke with your brother about this topic?
Spoke to my my grandparents, no, I think that I don't.
Okay, now let's see. Okay, so we spoke here about a lot of things. Okay, and what is the climate? Okay, I never been to Australia. You used to be in Australia. Can you please tell me about the climate in Australia?
When I'm in there, it's very cold because it's winter. Because it's the opposite of Vietnam. So whilst I'm very cold in Australia, Vietnam was very hot.
Okay. And yes, and what do you think about living in Australia? Can you imagine, for example, that you're living in Australia? So what do you think? What do you think about living in Australia? Do you find interesting to live in Australia?
I think that living in Australia is very, I don't know, but in my opinion, it's very easy.
And why? Why do you think so?
Um, I don't know. I only know that it's easy to live, but I don't. Yeah, I think that I will try to ask my uncle about this.
Okay. And now, and when you compare, for example, good things about Vietnam, comparing to Australia, and bad things, what are some good and what are some bad things when you compare these two countries? So what is something that, for example, you don't like it about Australia? Is there anything that, for example, that you don't like it about Australia?
Like I think that I can list some of the things that I know for my experience. First is Australia is the air is very good. What's in Vietnam, you know, foggy exists every day. Next one is in Vietnam, that is people eat a lot of food. In one meal there will be 4 or 5 kinds of food, but in Australia it's very easy, just 2 kinds, one vegetable and one pair of meat, or some salty things. Next one is the food there. I think that I taste all the food and they're all very delicious, like ice cream, meat, like I think that vegetables and all the things that taste very delicious. The next one is in Vietnam that you have more things to explore, because in Australia that is not a multicultural country, so it's very normal. In Vietnam, there are 54 kinds of people, like 54 relations in Vietnam. So it's kind of a lot. So that's cool, like that. So there's my experience.
Okay. And what is something that, for example, Vietnam is much better comparing to Australia? In which area do you find that Vietnam is much better than Australia?
In Australia, no,
Okay.
I think that my experience is not good enough.
Okay, and why do you think so? Why? Why do you think that this is not good enough for you? Why?
I think that. Wait, can you say the question again?
Why do you think this? Why for example do you think why do you think why you don't know you try to live so you have been to Australia, so and what is the difference? Okay, so we have here some things that are different comparing to when you compare, for example, Australia to some other these countries that we mentioned here. So we have here something that that is, for example, much better for you. So what do you think? Why, for example, do you think that this is not so good in your opinion? Why?
So I think that the reason is not very good. Is probably because that Australia is like it's, as I said before, it's very easy to live, and Vietnam is very busy. It involves like you have to like travel back and forth every day, study a lot of things every day, etc. So that makes that Vietnam is like kind of hard. In my opinion, it's kind of hard. because that in Australia that there's lots of universities, so we don't need to worry about getting to work. But in Vietnam, just 0.1 points can decide which one failed, which one successful. So this very make me feel nervous.
Okay. And in the future, how about Western countries? Where would you like to live, for example, in the future? If you have a chance or opportunity to live in some other country, in which countries, for example, would you like to live in the future?
Living in the future?
Yes. Okay. So in which countries, for example, would you like to live?
I think I still stay in Vietnam.
Okay. And why? Why did you choose Vietnam?
I think I think that it's very easy to get work here. Although that Australia is very easy, but I think that Vietnam is like it's kind of hard, but that's make me feel that I have more motivation.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so we can stop here. Okay, everything was really nice. Which I showed you some pictures. Okay, that when I used to travel. I hope that in the future I will show you more pictures.
Yes.
About my family and myself, in
Okay.
appropriate way.
Yes.
Okay, I wish you a good night. I know it's late in your country, and hope to see you soon. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.